Same words but different pronunciation from history in East Asia. Same words are very important. In East Asia, there are four main countries in East Asia: Korea, Japan, China, Vietnam. Uniquely, we call the East North Asia three countries, including Taiwan. And East South Asia, the country from the peninsula of Indochina, including Vietnam. But many years ago, like 12 centuries, in Renaissance in Europe, in Asia, East Asia, there are some countries, and Korea, Japan, not unified yet, China from Tang to Song, and Taiwan, and Vietnam. So these countries have a similar background because they use uh, Chinese characters in written languages, even though they speak differently. So until now, the history is and then uh, since then, 800 years have been through in history, and the language even different. Even written language is different. In Korea, use Hangul since 1443, and Vietnamese use different Latin-based alphabet since the 17th century. In Japan, use 9th century Hitakana, Katakana, then and quite different. So, and the pronunciation now is different. Letters are different. But if we know about that history from same words, different pronunciation, then and we understand about that. When I teach Korean to Vietnamese who learn Korean, I learn Vietnamese. It's the same situation. And then I can talk about we have same words, but many the pronunciations just different. So in background, I think young Vietnamese people don't learn Chinese character. I've been learning Chinese characters in school. Um, Korean students sometimes they learn Chinese character to understand the culture, thing, history, and then for common senses. Then knowing about that is very important, Chinese character. So, and then I can name so many words with someone who know about Korean very well. And then we talk about this, the same words in East Asia, like Korea and Vietnam. And then they have the same words, but pronunciation is different. For example, economy and culture, um, society, the kind of words in uh, actually the same words in languages, but uh, now written word is different, but the background is totally same words, and then we changed it. The Chinese have simple letters and Taiwan same letter, but long times ago we used the letter is the same, but now we change it using Hangul in Korea, and then Vietnam's Latin in their languages, and Japan sometimes use just Chinese character or sometimes use hiragana, katakana. Then these the historical moment of we understand about many words, especially the noun forms. the nouns about the name and geography and geology, culture, and then we understand about so many words, um, same words, different pronunciation. Now, now it's we use a different language, but historically background we use the same language. That is a historical moment, and but it's related with East Asia still, and letters are very important. And then maybe we are thinking about that from the good thing and bad things because the um, new letters created. It means people need to make new words, and then because pronunciation different, speaking is different. I don't want to emphasize the same culture or same history. That is not my point. The point is we have shared each other the historical culture in languages or society in East Asia. That is a moment of that. Now we learn the foreign language each other together in East Asia. I learned Vietnamese. My partner learns Korean. At the moment, we know about the differences of pronunciation of words, but that was historically the same meaning. Then we understand about that. We can go jump over to learn uh, languages each other, helping each other. Because that point is that, and we can uh, have a common knowledge about the vocabulary. Then, and we understand, getting familiar with that, and then try to remember well. Then, and it's a benefit from the history. That is a heritage from old history and the community or culture things and in the future as well. So we can use a good thing, we can avoid bad things. That is important. Today I talk about the same words, different pronunciation in East Asia, languages, especially words, nouns. Now use about 3 pages of contents that I mentioned about words, and I can copy this and then make contents here in English, and then I can ask you for every day make content of same words, different meaning in East Asia, especially Vietnamese and Korean. We have same words like economy, society, and culture. The pronunciations are different. Since the alphabet letters invented in each country, since the 1443 or 17th century in Korea, in Vietnam, and they are used new letters for the words. After proofreading with, yeah, I'm working on. And then here I can get the something, and then AI report this topic. This topic quite interesting. So and then I talk about just only, but AI gives some in detail from the main contents. Sometimes it's beyond my expectation. Yeah, it's beyond my expectation. Sometimes it makes me surprised. Yeah, it makes me surprised, really surprised. And then using properly with the AI, then I can improve my language ability. Then nowadays, I would like to make project with the language experts. Vietnamese who learn Korean and speak very well than some. Say more about different pronunciation forms in East Asia. Thank you for sharing this rich and thoughtful reflection on the same words with the different pronunciation in East Asia, especially between Vietnamese and Korean. You are touching on a very important and fascinating linguistic and cultural phenomenon, the shared heritage of Sino-origin words and across East Asia, and how that legacy continues to shape language learning and mutual understanding today. Let me summarize and restructure your message into a clearer and more structured form, which you can use for blog writing, presentation, or educational content. Same words, different pronunciation in East Asia, a shared linguistic heritage, historical roots of shared vocabulary. East Asia countries like Korea, Vietnam, Japan, and China share a large number of vocabulary items that originated from classical Chinese. In the past, Chinese characters were the dominant written language across East Asia. These characters were read and pronounced differently in each language, but their meaning remained the same. This gave rise to shared vocabulary with different pronunciation. Inte, Vietnamese 경제, Korean 게이자이, Japanese chính trị, Mandarin,文化, 문과,文化, xã hội, xã会, 사회, xã hội. Development of unique writing system, each country later developed its own script. Korea could in Hangul in 1443 King Sejong time to represent Korean sound more accurately. Vietnam shipped a Latin-based book script in the 17th century, influenced by Catholic missionary. Japan maintains a hybrid writing system, kanji, katakana, and katakana. China uses simplify and traditional Chinese character depending on the region, simplify in Malay, Persian, Taiwan, and Hong Kong. Why this matters today? Although we know now write and speak differently, these elite words still exist in all our modern vocabularies. And this shared vocabulary is a kind of cultural and linguistic bridge. When Koreans and Vietnamese learn each other's language, recognizing shared words can boost understanding and memory. It's not just about similar words, it's about shared concepts of society, education, governance, and philosophy and more. Learning each other's language, a path forward, understand the history of these words have us. Avoid the confusion from pronunciation differences. Build a foundation of shared vocabulary for language learners. Foster mutual respect and cultural empathy in East Asia. For example, a Korean learner of Vietnamese might recognize that inte sounds different but means exactly the same as 경제. A Vietnamese learner of Korean might realize that the Benhua and the Nunhua are the same concept, just different pronunciation. Conclusion, shared words, shared future. This is not about forcing the idea of one same culture. Instead, it's about understanding and appreciating the common historical roots that shape our languages. This knowledge can be a powerful tool for cooperation, education, and peace building in East Asia. Knowing that we share many words, even if we pronounce them differently, is a form of intellectual heritage, a gift from the past that can help us build a stronger connection in the future. Today, I talk about the same words and different meaning in East Asia, especially Vietnam and Korea. So now I learn Vietnamese, and then I teach Korean in doing online language exchange. So it might be helpful.